Hello, my name is Dykeman, and this is a game I created in which the player builds and defends castles. The player lays out the castles in blue marker blocks. The structure the player designs is then built by the workers. Right now, I am adding a tower to a castle I have already built. Workers build the structure by using breadth-first searching to create paths for building which are efficient and do not create situations where the placement of one block prevents other workers from smoothly continuing construction. Here we see a time-lapse of workers building the tower, and the finished result. It is possible to modify the design while the workers are building. It is also possible to go into first person and build by hand, which is an uncommon feature in strategy games. These buildings should be outfitted with defenses, so oil casks and other deterrents can be purchased from the radial menu by the player. Workers install these pieces in much the same way they build structures. These defenses are then used to ward off opponents later in the game. Here, we see oil casks emptying in front of the castle. Units can also be used to defend castles. We can take this worker, give him a sword, and change his AI into the defensive mode, turning him into a door guard. He will ward off the bad guys who come at night. In this game, the player pilots a ship in space. The game is populated with squads of computer-controlled units, which work by having a squad leader make major movement decisions, while the other ships in the group steer to follow. The squad formations adapt by shrinking to fill holes left by missing ships and allowing a new squad leader to pull ahead of the group if necessary. I implemented a bloom effect, which blurs the image around glowing objects, simulating extreme brightness. The game is complete with fiery explosions. I expanded the voxel environment seen in the castle game, turning the small rectangular space into an infinite procedural landscape. I achieved this effect by splitting the world into small chunks, which are generated on the fly as the player moves to new parts of the world. These chunks disappear as they get farther from the player and are saved to the hard drive, so that if the player modifies part of the world, then leaves and returns again, that spot will always reflect the changes the player made. The world seen here was generated with simplex noise to create smoothly rolling hills, but a Voronoi diagram can be used to create a world with lots of flat areas for easy building. The voxel system includes simulation of ambient occlusion, which is an effect that causes the areas around corners to be darkened, as seen here. The voxel environment includes basic water simulation. I have the water blocks switch from active to hibernating states to save on computation. This allows for large quantities of water to be simulated without slowdown. The character seen in this video was created using my voxel character creation and animation software, which is detailed in the next video.